Awesome. How's everybody doing today? Let's close. So today is a good opportunity. Actually, I want to get a preview window here. There it is. I want to thank you all for joining me for this session. Oh, I see what happened. Just a second, just getting things set up. Perfect. Love for you to say hi if you join the chat. So I'm going to just kind of go through the app, and I have a list of things I'm going to go through. And then, yeah, and then we're just going to see how far we can go without the app crashing and causing issues. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on. Please don't hesitate to ask at any time. So here, so Bushel, the idea for Bushel came to me when I was developing for the Mac, and the fact that I wanted something that I wanted a Mac app that I wanted an ability to test Mac apps the same way I test the simulator, right? Where I can just reset the simulator at any point, or I can customize settings or things like that. That's kind of the genesis of where the idea for Bushel had originally come from. So it's built on top of that, and I would say it's about 60% there to that goal. It's about 90% to where I want it to be. I'm pretty close to getting this submitted in the App Store. Whether it gets released, I'm not totally certain. There might be a few things I want to squeeze out after app review before release version 1. But I have big plans for after version 1. And that's kind of where things are at. So I'll just read off what this section here says. So this is the onboarding. It's about empowering developers with powerful tools for comprehensive app testing and development on Mac OS. So you can go ahead and change the localization. You can run a script that might totally ruin your configuration. You can just see what happens and roll back at any time. And it's really about harnessing the power of virtual machines. And I try to build it in such a way that the UI is really good and really nice and up to the standards of what you would expect on the Mac. So, like I said, easy localization accessibility testing. You can just set up this Mac to have certain settings, high contrast, whatever it is, and just go through it and use your app in that setting and see how it works. Snapshot management is a big part of it, being able to capture a snapshot of a VM or a version of the Mac at a certain point, and be able to roll back at any point. Script testing, I've run into situations where I've had to build like a bash script for a brand new developer to get them set up. This is a great way to do that because you can always roll back to the initial setup of the Mac when it was first set up. You can customize things on the VM, Mac OS version, which we'll get into, CPU, the number of CPUs, the amount of memory, the amount of disk space, and things like that. It's got a friendly interface to manage different images, different versions of Mac OS that you want to do. And you can test a variety of different versions from Monterey to Sonoma, the latest Sonoma beta. And has integration with Apple's own system, and there's there's possibilities for expanding that to other hubs, where you can download different images and different restore images of Mac OS. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a library. So with the way we're going through the Mac App Store, I need to basically have a sandbox app. And the best way for me to manage that is through the ability of what I call a library. I was inspired a lot by Final Cut Pro, where you'd have a library of different images and stuff or videos, and this is the same idea. So you'll have a library, which is what you'll store different versions of Mac OS that you import, and then they're easily accessible through the sandbox. So that's kind of why I do library that way. Typically, you should probably only need one library in your app, but you can set up multiple if need be. And so Hubs is the way you can download different images natively right through Apple. We only support the Apple native way to do that. So through that, you can basically start a download and download the app that way. Or excuse me, download the version of Mac OS restore image, and it'll only give you the one latest release. So if you want to download an older version, you'd have to find other sources on the internet to do that. And I'll have links in the show notes for that. So the next thing is, once you have that image, you can then build a machine based off that image. You can customize your hard drive, the amount of space you want it to take up, the number of CPUs, things like that, all through the virtual machine interface. Once you have that, you can start taking snapshots. In this video here, you can see we have a snapshot of a machine with a note on the desktop, and then if we were to go back and roll back, you'll see that it goes back to the version when the machine did not have an actual note on the desktop. So that's really great. If you want to like undo any changes to the machine, you could do that here, kind of like resetting the simulator. Yeah, so that kind of goes over the main components of Bushel. Let's go ahead and get started. So I have Bushel open here. Let's go ahead. I just gotta make sure I don't reset the application the next time we load it. Nice little environment variable to do that. All right, great. So let's go ahead and we're gonna create a library. So let's start an image library. We're gonna call this one demo library. Then we're going to go ahead and, in this case, well, I'll just show you the hub interface. So we go download from hub. This is a mock one that I use for testing. It'll load the latest version, which is Sonoma 14.1.1, and then it will go ahead and download that. If I were to click on add image. Let's go ahead and open. Actually, I'm going to open the other library that I have. So here's what it'll look like once you've added a few images. I actually have a little trusty hard drive, external hard drive, where I downloaded every restore image off of ipsw.me. So I'm just going to import it manually here. We are going to go to stuff, images, and we're going to let's import the latest release of 14.1. Now it's going to go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take too long since I'm copying it from one SSD to another. If I were to go here, I can go and I can download from Hub and click that and then add image, and then it would do the same interface here. It'd obviously take longer, and I don't want to risk the live stream by downloading something, but trust me, it works. It might take a while, yes, but it does work. So I'm going to go ahead and close that window. We're going to pick that VM that we set up, and I'm going to go ahead and build it. Did we find an error? Best part of a live demo. Let's go ahead and run the app again. Now that I have that on record, so I'll know how to fix it. We're going to go ahead and open the library. Good. Okay. Let's pick this one. Actually, we're going to pick the latest release version. And we're going to go ahead and build that. Already have one, so I'm just going to call it Demo Sonoma. So now it goes ahead and it builds the VM. You can see here the installation is at 0%. It takes a little bit to get started, but once it gets going, it actually does run pretty well. Let's go ahead, and while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and open a VM. Oops, that's Xcode. Let's go ahead and open a VM. Let's do, so I did, as you can see, a few of these versions. Let's go ahead and open that one. This is the oldest VM I could find that would work. So we're going to go ahead and start the machine. Meanwhile, we're going ahead and we're installing a version of 14.1. Great. So we've got this. We're going to go ahead and run through the setup here. Please, if you have any questions, let me know. United States. Continue. Not now. You can tell I've done this a few times. So the one bug, and this is a bug with, well, it might not even be a bug. It might just be the way Apple has it set up. You cannot sign in with an Apple ID on a VM. It's disappointing. I've a few folks who use the virtualization framework have seen this, but yeah. So you'll just want to click Setup Later and go ahead and skip. That will restrict a few things you can do on the VM, but not too many. I'm gonna put my name, put my password. Go ahead and continue. You can see our installation is moving along. If we were to go ahead and open this in Xcode, you can see we're at 81%, so that's good. I'm not going to enable location services because it's not a real computer. And I am Detroitish. Then, yep. Let's do this too. Then go ahead and we're going to use light. Great. And now we have our machine set up. Let's go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the power button here. This will do essentially what a power button would do. Oh, there we go. Good. So we can do close window. So if you were to hit that, it would give you the option to either press the power button to turn off the machine like you're just unplugging it, or holding power button essentially. If you upgrade to the Pro version, it has an option to save state and turn off, which is nice as well. So we'll just power it off like we're supposed to. So press the power button, and I don't want to reopen, and we're going to shut down the machine. How far are we on this install? It's getting there. All right, so we can take the snapshot through here. Oh, we already took the snapshot, which is cool. It's a bug where, like, the way Swift data works, I need to make sure this rereads it if you take it through another window. Oh, there we go. There's our little demo. Let's go ahead and we're going to take the snapshot, and we're going to start this machine. We're going to go ahead and start this machine. So both of these are running right now. Please let me know if you have any questions. Awesome. Let's go ahead and we're going to do this. And we're also going to set up this machine. English. I'm going to make this bigger. I know it's a language chooser. That we're going to go on here. We're going to let's change the desktop background. This is the fun part of doing a live demo. Do that. Not now. Not now. So later. Let's change it to something that's obviously different. So I'm going to choose this yellow one. Okay. Don't make fun of it. It's beautiful. Skip. Let's go ahead and turn this off. And agree. Turn off. Agree. This is Leo. Password. Now we're going to go ahead and we are going to restore. Nope, this is the wrong machine. Where is this one? We're going to go ahead and we're going to restore this one here, I believe. Yes, and we want it to save the state and create a new one. So now it's restoring the machine at that point. And we're going to go ahead and start the machine here. Meanwhile, let's get this Sonoma machine set up. Come on, Detroit. There we go. Great. Just making sure nothing funny is happening here. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's close this. Try it again. Take a snapshot here. Let's close the window. Let's restore this one. And then we're going to go in. I think, what was the one that we recently built? Demo Sonoma, of course. Please let me know if you have any questions. Oh, great. Rob, as a macOS dev, I love the idea of being able to use a VM, kind of like an iOS simulator. Can you talk a little bit about the dev strategy you have in mind using these Bushel VMs? Do you install Xcode and code within? Yes. Do you have a method of quickly sending a built app into the VM? Something else. Yeah, let's go over that. So a couple of things is, and this is kind of a plan for the future, is I want to set up like some sort of guest tools type thing where you can quickly do this from the host machine. But for now, I'll show you the strategy that I would use if I were to do this right now. Oh man, taking so long. Just rerun the app. So let me actually just demo that, Rob, if that's okay. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and get into our Sonoma machine. I'm going to go ahead and also try getting into this one too. See which one works. Cool. And then I'm going to, let's close this. Something is off here. Let's restore. Let's restore this one. No, just overwrite. Okay, start that. Live demo. Get what you get. So Rob, let's go over that situation. The way I would do it is I would set up file sharing. Networking is already set up through the NAT, and then I would just go ahead and copy stuff that way. One thing I like to do is I like to take snapshots. So I take a snapshot before right after installation, and then I took a snapshot I took a snapshot. I took a snapshot after I set up, and then I'm gonna take a snapshot now after I set up the machine the way I want it to be. So I am a natural scrolling person, which drives me crazy, or not natural scrolling, I guess. So let's set that up. Okay, now I don't feel awkward. Then we're going to do sharing. Please let me know if the screen is the right size. I don't know why this search sucks. Where's sharing? I just did this recently. Nope. Maybe it's network. Nope. Nope. Is it in general now? I just did this and I don't know why the search sucks. And we're gonna do sharing. There we go. Do that. Because I want to file share. We're gonna do remote login so I can SSH. I hate this name because it's kind of ambiguous. Demo Sonoma 14. Great. Let's just double check. It's my beautiful finder. Go here. Still says Leo's virtual machine, which is incorrect. Meanwhile, I'm going to start this, see if that works. Yeah, I think it didn't change it on the network yet. Just to make sure. Yeah, good. Okay. A couple of things about these here. This is a lock. So if I shut down the machine, it stays open. This is control buttons. So as you can see, I'm doing this on my host machine with OBS and everything else installed. But if I want to do it on this machine, I can tap that, and then now control buttons are there. Pause. There we go. We pause the machine, take a snapshot, and then of course power button. So then the next step, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut this down. Oh, I'm going to do one more thing actually. Cancel. And I'm going to, there's a way to like disconnect. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to set up auto login because then that way I don't have to log in every time on my own VM that's on my own machine. Oh, there we go. Log in automatically. Go ahead and do that. And I'm going to shut this off. Let's see how our other VM is doing. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I haven't had this honestly before. Turn off. Luckily, like any good cooking show, should have a version that works. We got the demo Sonoma here, so let's take that snapshot. And then I'm going to also open an existing machine. What was the one? It was this one here. Let that go ahead. Please let me know if you have any more questions. So essentially, Rob, to answer your question, I set up file sharing and then I copy it that way. That's how I end up doing it. I think it's the easiest way to do it. You can set up file sharing through the virtualization system, but I have not done that yet. That'll probably be coming up in a future version. But for now, I'm just doing it through file sharing just to keep it simple. Interesting. I didn't see that one before. Let's go ahead. Rerun the app. Let's make sure I'm not good. Here's our old things. Let's start that machine. Start that machine. we go. Good, good, good. Let's see what this one has. I want to make sure I go through. Oh, thanks, Rob. And if there's any suggestions that you have other quick commands, let me know. Okay, cool. So you can see here what I ended up doing is I copied. In this case, I want to do Xcode 13.4.1, which is the last Monterey version. Nope, something went there. Oh, I remember. Oh gosh, I set up this VM with too little space. FYI, don't do that. So let's go ahead and I want to delete that. And then I want to shut down the machine. And then you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I lost that version. Luckily, I have a snapshot right here from 2 hours ago that I'm going to restore. Meanwhile, on here, let's go ahead and upload a version of Xcode. I don't know why it didn't change the name on the VM. That's weird. So we're going to open up Xcode. We're going to open that up. Got that. Let's put in beta here so we can see that that's uploading. And then we're going to, this is still restoring. It takes time naturally. And then we'd copy Xcode over here. Seconds, please open up zip. Great. So far so good on this. I don't see anything drastic. Oh good, okay. So let's see if Xcode is back. Let's see A, the VM actually runs this time, and B, that Xcode is back. Yes. Whew. These live demos, so tense. So if we go in here, yes, it worked. So you can see we rolled back. Oh no, I deleted Xcode. It's right here. So I can restore back to that version. So let's see, what else do I want to show off? What other questions do you have? Possibly, let me know, please. Preferences, let's go over that. It's been the latest feature. On machine shutdown, always close the window. So if we check that, nice Swift UI stuff there. Then the app storage, we hide that. So now it will always close that window. We can close button should. We can say ask the user or just force shutdown. And we'll talk about periodic snapshots in a little bit. Clear recent documents. So, you know, same thing as this does here with clear menu. Advanced clear user settings, i.e. The user defaults that's stored, which is mostly some of the stuff you see here. Clear the database, deletes everything in the database and starts from scratch. Reset all settings and data is doing what both of these do. And then there's the about section talking about if you need to get a hold of me, where you can get a hold of me on social media, or you can send an email. Can you share a directory between VMs? You know what? Let's try that. That's a really good idea. Let's see, I think I have sharing set up because I would have already done that. Monterey VM. So see if Monterey VM shows up here. Yep, it does. And then there's virtual machine. So, oh, awesome. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go to the network, Leo's Mac Studio. And I'm not surprised we don't have that set up right now. So, Craig, no, that doesn't work right now. That if that's something you're interested in, please let me know. I could add that as a feature. That's not too hard, possibly. It shouldn't be too hard. So yeah, let me know if that's something you're interested in. If you can also give me like a use case of why you'd want to do that, that would be great. Okay, let's run Xcode on here. Oh, I should just trash this stupid VM. It's like useless. Or I guess I could unzip it on my host and copy it over. Let's try that out. So we're going to delete that because it's useless. We're going to go in here. And I'm going to go to stuff. And I'm going to copy that. What was that? It's like 1341. I copy that to my downloads folder. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and run Xcode on here. Here? There we go. Of course, it's going to ask me to download a bunch of like, you know, SDKs and stuff, but I just want to get it to work with Mac stuff for obvious reasons. So this is a 15.2 beta. I don't know if it's the latest beta, honestly, but actually, what I'll also do is while we're doing that, we're getting close to the end here. So I want to make sure I show off everything. Let's see what I got. My little checklist here. We went through onboarding, the welcome screen. So the welcome screen shows off your latest libraries and latest machines. Did that. We created a library. We're going to go ahead. Let's open up the demo library. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take, actually, I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to take the risk about downloading. We imported a file. We built a machine. We took a snapshot. We set up a machine. I showed you that. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, let me get this done here. Excuse me. Just going to install that. And did this work? No, there we go. I thought I did that. Great. Now we got Xcode again. Warning. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about this, but you cannot sign in here to Xcode or to what is it, Apple. So you'll have to figure out an alternative way. I mean, I'm a big fan of Fastlane Match, but if there's anything where you need to sign into Apple, it just won't work on the VM right now. File a feedback bug, please. Feedback, whatever. Did that finish? Still, where is that? Where is that window? Cool. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm going to disconnect first. There's that. That's working on that. It's here. We're going to let that go. Actually, I'm going to shut this down too. And you're wondering probably, why do we have all these VMs here? And also notice, if you can notice, these trash cans, some of them are not visible. If you click on this, you can see there's an ability to do notes. You can also create it'll also automatically can create discardable snapshots. So this is part of if you give me money. This is part of the pro features that come with this app. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to do the monthly just for store kit purposes. We're going to go ahead and buy it. That way I can show off the pro features that come with this. So we get automatic periodic snapshots. So in other words, it will continually take snapshots as you're running the machine. You can now add notes. And you could also have it automatically take a snapshot when you shut down a machine. Waiting on that, waiting on this. Come on. There we go. Awesome. So that you can see prescription or subscription ends in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and we're gonna run. Let's run that Sonoma one, and then we're going to. Oh yeah, and then I want to go here to settings. Yep, I already had that open. We have now the option to save snapshot and turn off. We could set the frequency from every 9 minutes to every second. I think 12 seconds or even 30 seconds is probably if you really are interested. And what this does is it creates these discardable snapshots using the file snapshot system. And then, yeah, and then at any point you can just delete these. And then this here, if you're wondering, so this is restore, and then this is export. So let's say you want to like take that snapshot at that point and like branch it off. Essentially, that's what this is for. This is for exporting to a brand new VM with whatever was at that point. So now we have auto snapshot set up. Let's close settings here and let's run. Let's run the Sonoma one since that's the one that has Xcode on it. Let's start machine. And now we have this nice little thing here, which basically says that active snapshotting is working. If we go here, you can see it's creating a snapshot every 12 seconds. So we should get another log message. There we go. And now we can go ahead and run Xcode. This is still extracting. Please let me know if you have any more questions. If there's a feature you would like, we do have a Slack set up. If you're interested in joining, I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I can get that link. I will figure out how to add an invite from our teammates. Share link. See if this works. So there is a link to the to that specific channel, or to the Slack, and then I will be sure to add you to the Bright Digit Beta channel. So you can see it's creating snapshots. If we were to go here, no, let's go to Sonoma. Yeah, we can kind of once this refreshes, you can kind of tell that. Oops. Create a new project. Let's do something super simple. Let's do a command line tool. Let's just run it. There we go. That works. Let's go ahead and I'm going to exit full screen. And we're going to go ahead and shut this down. And then we're going to see if this does this. Yeah, there you go. You can see every 12 seconds we have a VM here. And then we could look back to the first one when we first started the machine. And we can roll back to that and yes, save this to current state. I know I'm taking a risk here, but let's try that again. Oh, awesome. That's there. Let's go ahead and start that 12.4 VM. Yes. Go to here. We're going to connect. Where is that window? It's busy restoring. Let's copy this over. Shut that off for a second. It's definitely running. So that's restoring. And then, as I finish it up, I think I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to open a demo library, and we're going to start a download. Yeah, okay, there we go. Cancel. That's probably why it's having an issue. That. We're going to just restart this machine. That's probably what ended up happening. Have I had that happen before? Something must be stuck. Well, I'll look at that. Still some testing to do. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the way I would run about it. Is I would just copy Xcode to the VM and then go from there, and that's how I would run the application. So yeah, I shared the link to the Slack, and I'll keep you updated as things move along and we get closer to app submission. Let me know if you have any questions for me. You can reach out to me on the Slack. leo@brightdigit.com. But that's really what I wanted to show today. So thank you so much for joining me on this demo. We'll hopefully be doing it again. And have a good rest of your week. Bye, everybody.